Zero to hero tonight. Let's get into fight number 8. He's 31 years old from Cleveland. He's a builder and also a ground worker in the daytime. And tonight, fighting out of the red corner, is Matt the Nemesis Cushing! He's an electrician at the daytime, but tonight, in the blue corner, it's Wayne the Jab Jones!
Here tonight sees Matt the Nemesis Cushing, a builder ground worker from Cleveland, 31 years of age, slightly the taller man, against Wayne the Jab Jones, an electrician, 33 from Lockleys, and both men, as you can hear, heavily supported here tonight. And you can see a bit of needle there as Jones pushes his head into Cushing, and the referee telling him to calm down and settle down there. Peter Markland having none of that, as Jones just tried a little intimidation tactic on Cushing there. It can backfire on you. Just the two of you in the ring there when the bell goes. And as you can see, MC asking the crowd to sit down. A lot of people looking out for this fight. A lot of supporters these two men have brought. And I think that's the reason for the little bit of needle in the air between the two there. Knowing they've both got a big set of fans, very vocal. Big crowd, big night, and I think it's just got to the two fighters a little bit. So a lot of tension here. Yeah, you can hear the response as the crowd have been asked to sit down. A lot invested in these two fighters from the crowd. Cushing in the red, Jones in the blue. Where we go for one of three. And big, heavy hands straight away from Jones. And then flailing punches in reply from Cushing. I said this could be a bit of needle here, and you can see the both men really going for it. And now it's Cushing flying back. They're all arm punches, and Jones trying to tie him up. But straight from the opening bell, both men straight to it. All that adrenaline, all those nerves that are coming in, they're getting rid of it now. But you can find after a frantic 30 seconds like we're getting here, that the adrenaline dump can happen, and then you find it's a very long minute and a half after that. Both men planted their feet straight away and throwing big, big punches. Neither landing cleanly yet, but you can see the intent. They want to stop this fight. Cushing pushing forward once more, and again they're big swinging arm punches, and Jones lands with his own and runs across the ring to try and get his man again, and he does with a big right hand. And it's the right hand that's the danger for Cushing as he pushes forward now, swinging punches, arm punches from both men. And you can tell they're looking to take their opponent's head clean off here. There's no finesse, it's just all-out war. And again, a lot of energy expended, and at the end of the round, if your opponent's still there, it's who's got most left in the tank when you come out for that, the second. As a coach, you want to see your fighter get back to the stool at the end of the first. That's your main desire, so you can talk to them, calm them down and get them back out there for the second. Then your second worry is just how much they've got left to give you in that second round after the effort these two men are put into first. But again, that's the right hand danger from Jones. Well, he's called Wayne the Jab Jones. I don't see much of a jab. All I see is the big right hand. And possibly it's that right hand punch that's edged the first round to him. Both men flailing with both arms, getting that adrenaline out of their system. But it was Jones that landed the cleaner with that big right hand. So I'm going to take myself off the fence and go blue corner for that first round. So here we go, 2 of 3. The first was all about trying to knock your opponent out, and they've started exactly the same way here in the second. And his back is turned there, Jones, and suddenly Cushing looks to capitalise on it. Heavy clubbing punches. And now Jones beginning to fire back. Both men throwing two-fisted consistently. You feel if one was just to take a step back, compose himself and go again, he'd get more success. But now it's suddenly Cushing's turn to turn away from the heavy-handed punches. And they both stop and take a deep breath and stare at each other. And then they go at it again. After the pace and effort of the first, you thought it would slow in the second. As I said, both men throwing heavy leather. Their feet are planted. And Cushing actually put an arm up on the corner post for a rest there, took a deep breath, and then threw a big left hook. These are big, muscular men. The oxygen needed to pump the blood around that body is taking its toll now. And again, swinging punches from Jones, takes a short right from Cushing. And now Cushing comes forward again, virtually pushes his opponent over the ropes, and a sort of hammer fist to the back of the head as Jones was over the ropes there. And again, the pace has slowed dramatically after the effort expended in that opening round. These are big haymakers. If one lands cleanly, it could make all the difference. But at the moment, neither man really getting through with clean work as the fatigue sets in. And again, they blow heavily. They look at each other, and one decides to throw forward, and it's Jones with looping punches. And then Cushing comes back, lands with a clean right. He's done more in this second round. If the first was with Jones, I feel Cushing's at least had a share here in the second, but takes a big left hand right on the bell. Best shot of the fight so far from Jones, but it was right on. Right, so here we go, third and final round, and I still feel there's everything to fight for here. It's very close indeed, and a stiff jab there from Jones, but Cushing straight back at him, and then it's Jones again, and you feel these two men would do this all night, desperate to please that crowd, get the knockout, and Jones heavy-handed, then suddenly Cushing comes back again, right hand to the body, then the uppercut from Jones. And you can just tell both these men want the big knockout finish. They brought huge crowds with them, and that would be the icing on the cake for either man to stop his opponent and send his fans home happy. And it hasn't been for lack of effort, but neither man really got that one clean punch that turns this fight on its head. As it is, this third round is very close. Oh, good left right there suddenly from Cushing, and Jones takes a step back. And you could see him almost loading up that right hand there in response, and suddenly he fires the combination, and Jones suddenly pushes Cushing back. It's been that sort of fight. It's a tough one for the judges. And again, clubbing rights and lefts from both men. And it's Jones that got through there cleanly. And his corner there calling him on to do it again. But as I said, both these big muscular men expended a lot of energy in this fight. And you wonder how much is left to actually finish this. I think both are going to be standing when the bell goes at the end. And it's going to be a close one, because they've both had their successes like this. And this time Jones turns his back, and you can hear Cushing's fans respond. And they're at it once more. This has been an absolute war. And again, the big right hand and the left lands from Jones. And then Cushing's come forward, throwing looping punches of his own. And there you have it at the end of the third. Well, I've got to be honest, it's a tough one to call which way you see that. They both had their successes, but neither man really pulled ahead in a way that you could say, yes, I've definitely won this. I wouldn't want to be a judge on this one. I really wouldn't want to call it.
Okay, your winner by unanimous decision in the blue